It's my daughter. I think her leg is broken.
Stop right there!
Okay. We're not sick.
Got a couple of civilians on the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
We're gonna get you to safety and go back for him, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need... Shit. Please don't. Oh, no. Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. God. Listen to me. I know this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. All right, I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby. I know it hurts. Come on, baby, please. I know, baby. I know. Sarah. Baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on. No. No. No, no, please. Oh, God. Please, please don't. Please.
Welcome everybody, Josh here back again today with a brand new YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about this, which is The Last of Us Part 1 Remake. So as you guys know, I'm a massive fan of The Last of Us video game franchise. I actually cosplay as Joel, which is basically what I'm wearing right now. And as you guys know, this game franchise means a very lot to me. During the past couple of years, I've actually replayed the remastered, and especially over the thing that shall not be named. And this is one of those video game franchises like Uncharted, like on Halo, like Gears of War, as well as Killzone, as well as some of the other video game franchises that I basically played ever since I was a kid that have really shaped in terms of a writer. I think that there isn't story out there kind of like The Last of Us that is pretty much damn near perfection as far as a video game standpoint is concerned. I think that with the recent release of The Last of Us Part 1, I'm going to talk to you guys about whether or not you guys should be purchasing this yourselves. Now, originally I was hesitant on getting The Last of Us Part 1 remastered, mostly because I have the remastered version of this game, which is also pretty much perfect on the PlayStation 4. I think it looks just as good on the PS4 as it does on the PS5. And with the recent release of the current generation consoles, I think that this game still holds even to this very day, which is why when this was announced, I wasn't, pretty much sure if I was going to getting it. I kind of bragged on a little bit because it's a little bit pricier compared to that of the remaster that came out a while ago. And it's like, well, I've already paid for it on the PlayStation 3 when that first came out. I paid for it on the PlayStation 4. Why do I need to pay for this again on the PlayStation 5? And I think that there's a couple different reasons why you should this up in terms of, the gameplay style of this PlayStation 4. The mechanics of this game are really great in terms of sort of the different stuff in the gameplay mechanics they've added. The story is as fantastic as it was under the PlayStation 4. I think they upgraded the visual style of it as well, which makes it a little bit more realistic and basically photorealistic, which is kind of what I really like about this game. And so what is the story of The Last of Us? Well, it's about, Joel and Ellie, and these two people that run into each other during the post-apocalypse. Joel is this father that basically loses his daughter, as well as, you think that he loses sort of his brother during sort of the whole initial start of the zombie apocalypse. Basically, Joel runs into a checkpoint, and one of the soldiers comes out and basically takes out his daughter. You then jump forward in time to aftermath of sort of the whole zombie apocalypse, where he's trying to kind of basically live at this Firefly shelter. It's basically just this big giant encampment where, everybody kind of lives, and they're trying to kind of rebuild civilization from the ashes of what had formed. And you get wind that there's this girl that is basically able to be immune to sort of the zombie plague, this post-apocalyptic universe. Joel basically sets sail with Tess, who ends up killed on sort of story, and from there on, they pretty much go on sort of a globe-trotting adventure, trying to get Ellie from point A to point B, and kind of go see sort of the different states in terms of sort of this country and the states. And I really like this game because of the father-daughter aspect. I don't really have kids, I don't really have any children right now, but I can kind of relate as someone who's a brother, who's pretty much someone that cares a lot about his friends, family. I think that this story really hits home in terms of sort of the father and surrogate, father and daughter relationship that they do have in sort of story. And along the way, he kind of realizes what the Fireflies intend on doing with Ellie, where she's basically the cure for this old zombie apocalypse. And so he actually takes her to the hospital, and he kind of just busts around and everything and starts shooting up places, which is basically what I chose to do in sort of game. I think that Joel is pretty much justified in terms of what he did, even though some people think he's kind of an asshole for for, not saving the whole entire universe and stuff like that with sort of the zombie outbreak that happens in the games. But I think that with story that is set forward in motion, Joel is basically the hero of the story. And that's one of the things that really makes me care about this character in this game, especially what happens to him in part 2, which I haven't beaten. I don't really plan on beating just because I don't really like that version of this game. Everything down to cinematic trailer cutscenes in this game is really amazing. Everything down to the visual aesthetic to this is really top notch in terms of what Sony and Naughty Dog are able to achieve in this design. Neil Druckmann is the game director in this universe, as well as the director of TV series. He does a fantastic job sort of the world building, as well as sort of initiating us into a world that these characters inhabit, which is very dirty, very grungy, basically, something that you see in something like I Am Legend or the 28 Days Later franchise, or even the Omega Man series, which is another popular sort of zombie break franchise. And so I think that that does a really good job of, being portrayed in the cinema universe. And the story is amazing, like I stated before. The cinematics are great. I think the music in this is really haunting. There's some aspects of it that resemble that of Western, which is something that I'm really into, especially the different locations that they end up going to in this game. There's a point in this game where Joel and Ellie actually end up going to camp, and it's kind of a walled off city where it's later the location to see in the second game featured heavily, where it's kind of based on The Walking Dead a little bit, and you got a group of people that are trying to survive this really hellish scenario. And that's one of the things that really drives me to keep playing this. And I think that even to this day, this game is definitely relatable. It's definitely something that you come back to in multiple different occasions. The different gameplay modes of the different settings that you can kind of play this game on, especially with the gameplay modifier, different settings, keeps coming back for more. One of the things I really don't like about The Last of Us Part 1, especially with the remake version of this game, is the fact they took away the factions multiplayer. I didn't really play it at first, but I know it's a big one in terms of franchise, so people will be disappointed that it's not featured heavily in here. But I think that even the $7 package, which I think is a little bit steep, it could have been like $40 or even $50, and I probably would have still picked it up. But I think that overall, this whole entire game is fantastic. It's basically a cinematic masterpiece in terms of storytelling. The gameplay mechanics are really good. The cover-based mechanics feel a little bit like Uncharted. There are several Easter eggs with this franchise, not only to the PS3 days, but also Uncharted, which, if you go around some of the different buildings that are collapsed and have a lot of overgrown foliage on it, you can see some old school tech that was used in sort of the past. And the time frame of this video game was actually taking place in, which is like the 2007 and 2008 era. And I really do like that fact because it's a really nostalgia-driven game, and especially with some of the Easter eggs that relate back to Uncharted. And so, as a video game player, as someone that's a huge fan of Naughty Dog games, I would definitely recommend you guys picking this up, especially with the full $70 price tag, especially if you have a PS5 and you've never played these games before. So, with that being the case, what do I think about The Last of Us Part 1 Remastered or Remake? I have to say that this game, especially on the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, looks really good. I know that the graphics on sort of the PS3 version as well as the PS4 version were a little bit outdated, but with sort of the revamped design of Last of Us Part 1 Remake, I actually really do like this game a little bit more on the PS5. I was blown away when I first played this game, especially with the updated graphics, the way that you're able to access sort of some of the controller mechanics on this game, how realistic it felt while you're playing it, especially with the haptic feedback on the controller, and the cover-based gameplay mechanics is really cool. The fact that you have to basically in this game use cover and find ammunition to survive. Not everything is basically given to you like in the Uncharted franchise. Is really cool. It kind of harkens back to the old school Doom and the Halo days where you kind of have to look for ammunition, weaponry, and you kind of get new ammo and weapons as you go. You can also sort of modify your weapons in the game, especially when Joel goes to these benches where you can kind of customize his character as well as guns that he's taken with on this journey. Everything about this game is fantastic. I think that if you're buying this for $70 or even less on sort of a discount or deal, you're not going to be feeling like you got buyer's remorse. I definitely think that The Last of Us Part 1 Remake is definitely worth your hard-earned money. And as someone that was really skeptical at first, I definitely think that this was definitely worth buying for a third time on the PlayStation 5. So with that being the case, let me know in the comments section down below. Do you guys think that The Last of Us Part 1 Remake is actually worth money? Are you guys planning on buying it, especially with the holidays? Are you planning on picking this up for your PlayStation 5 to replay these games again? Are you looking forward to the remake of Part 2, which, I may or may not discuss due to the fact that I don't like the game that much. I don't think it's as good in terms of the storytelling that the first game in the franchise is. But if you guys want me to kind of review that game on this channel, I'll definitely try and play through it a little bit more and kind of give you guys my thoughts and opinions of that on sort of these reviews that I'm doing. So let me know in the comments section down below what you guys think. And as always, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. So.
It's all right. Come here. Come here. Hey, pal. Hurry up. Come on.
Hey there. So fucking cool. Where's it off to? Here, come on, let's go.
Slow down, kiddo.
Come on. Hurry up, come on. Look at those things.
So, is everything you were hoping for?
It's got its ups and downs, but you can't deny the view, though.